guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today I'm going to be sharing a homeschool curriculum unboxing. So I have a bunch of boxes right here that I'm going to open and go through with you. This is not everything for the year. I did do another unboxing already that had Emma's senior English, Lucy's language arts, and her math for next year. This is going to have a lot of resources that I'm going to be using with Jack and Emma together. This year is going to be a little bit crazy because we are not just doing the next Sonlight level, which is what we typically do. There have only been a couple of years since 2010 that I have not just gone to the next Sonlight level in our homeschool journey. So it's a little bit different this year. I'm excited to share a lot of this stuff with you. So let me open the boxes and we will get started. So the first resource that I have is for Jack's foreign language. He is going to be continuing, sorry about the glare. He's going to be continuing with Japanese from 0. He did Japanese from 0-1 last year. This year he is going to be doing level 2. And I absolutely love this program. I think that he really enjoys it as well. There are a lot of workbook pages in here for him to go through, and then he also has YouTube videos that he watches that correspond to the lessons. There is a membership community associated with the Japanese from 0 program. We have not utilized that yet. I think that as he goes through the program and gets into the higher levels, it's possible that he will want to. Last year was really just an introduction to Japanese, and he did a great job. I think that he has learned a lot. He did finish Japanese from 0 right at the end of March, and then has been working on Duolingo just to kind of keep up with some of the Japanese work. He does not like Duolingo. He doesn't like all of the emails that they send when you miss a day, but he really does like this program, and I think it is very good if you have somebody who wants to learn Japanese. So this is going to be Jack's foreign language for next year. The next thing that I have is actually for Lucy, and this is the US Elections Lapbook from Sonlight. This, I think they just came out with this maybe last year. I don't know. I will have to go look and let you know. But this year, Lucy should be going into level E. We finished level D this year. She is on the younger end of the levels, the same way that Jack and Emma were also on the younger end of these levels. But this year, I'm planning, which you will see shortly, I'm planning on doing a government, economics, and financial literacy year for Jack, and Emma is going to participate in a large majority of that. She already has her government credit from 2 years ago, so she doesn't need that portion. But I thought that this year, the fact that it's an election year, and it's a very robust election year, and I kind of thought it would be a lot of fun to work on something that all of my kids could focus on. We do not do a lot of family subjects in our homeschool. In fact, we really don't do any family subjects because my kids are at completely different levels, and it has not worked for us. When Emma and Jack were younger, I did combine them in history and science, and they just did their own level of language arts and math. But as they've gotten older, and especially in high school, everybody's doing their own subjects. And while my kids will listen in on some of the reading that I do, like my youngest will listen to some of the stuff that I'm doing with my older kids. My older kids will often be around when I'm doing history with Lucy and will, you know, insert some of their own opinions and stuff. I thought it would be fun to kind of have some time together, especially since it's kind of Emma's last year this year, and so it's going to be a little bit different. But I saw this US Elections Lapbook, and it comes with everything you need to make a lapbook. There is, well, let me open it up and I'll share a couple of things. I'm not going to do a full unboxing of this, but I will when I do my curriculum choice videos. So it has this instruction manual, and then it has all of the different materials, and then 21 different lessons or things that you do in the lapbook. And so each day that you come in, or each lesson that you do, will have some information to do, It tells you how to do things. It gives you some information that you need to look up and fill out. So overall, I think that this will be a good unit to do with Lucy. I don't know if this government unit, it's not meant to be a full year curriculum, obviously. It's just a unit. So I am unsure if I will start reading some of Level E, starting some of Level E with Lucy in January, or if I will just add some different resources for early American history and kind of continue our Level D from this year, which we finished. I may end up doing Level E over a year and a half rather than just doing it all in 1 year. So we will see. It really just depends on how the year is going. But I thought that this would be a lot of fun. I do have a lot of resources for state studies from the Waldock Way. And also I have a cookbook where there's recipes for each state and some information on each state. So that may be our year. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'm just kind of focusing on the first semester with Lucy, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm really excited about digging into this lap book with her. I think that she will enjoy that quite a bit. The next thing that I have is this Coding with Scratch 3.0 projects. This is just a workbook with some different projects. We do have the Usborne Scratch book that Jack used, and I think Emma actually used it as well. We started to use that with Lucy last year, or maybe a year and a half ago, and didn't get too far, but I think that is going to be part of her science this year. Jack loves coding. He does a lot in Python, and he's obviously much more advanced now because he's in high school. He's been doing this for so long. This is part of the Level D science, and I have found that all of the science books are available at our library. And so I may purchase just the science instructor's guide for this program. I'm kind of unsure, and part of that is because I want to do a science intensive summer. This is something that I used to do when my older two were in elementary. I'm starting to remember all of the things that I used to do when they were Lucy's age. And I've forgotten that because I've been so focused on upper middle and high school, and early elementary isn't really that challenging for me personally to homeschool because I've been through it several times. I know what I like, I know what works for my kids, and so I don't have a whole lot of struggle with that. But in the upper elementary, there are some more projects and things that I want to do. One of the things that I used to do was a science intensive summer where we spend the summer months pretty much through September just doing science. And that is mainly so that I don't have to worry about it the rest of the year. In the winter, I don't really want to do science experiments. That's just me. I know some people love experiments. That's not me. So that is kind of going to be my focus. I think July, August, September. I'm unsure if I'm going to get that Level D. We've not done Level D science before. We have done most of the other elementary science levels. They've updated them in the past several years, so we did the older versions, but this book is part of that Level D. The instructor's guide was on back order. That's why I didn't buy it. And so now I'm kind of thinking, well, do I want to buy it, or do I want to use other resources that we already have and just kind of piecemeal stuff together? We'll see. But that is the next thing that I got. This is going to be the longest unboxing because I cannot stop talking. Then the next book that I have is Cursive Success. This is for Lucy. She did the first cursive book this year and she is doing a great job with it. So we're going to continue with this for her for next year. It also came with some lined paper, which I don't actually use all that often, but I probably should. I think that that will probably be helpful for her. So this is the paper that goes with the cursive program from Handwriting Without Tears. We've used Handwriting Without Tears since my kids started writing. Emma used it all the way through, so we're just going to continue with it. I like the program. Then I have Wordly Wise Book 9. If you watched my last unboxing video, I mentioned, why didn't I order Wordly Wise? We do Wordly Wise every year, and I totally forgot to order it. So I got book 9. I already have the book 9 answer key from when Emma did it a couple of years ago, so I don't need that, but I did need a new workbook. And then I also have book 11 and the answer key for Emma for Wordly Wise. I think that she has another program in her language arts. What is the book called? Sorry, I had to grab the book. It's Word Power Made Easy. I think that this is the vocab program for level 630. I don't think it's Wordly Wise anymore, probably because a lot of people don't get to level 630 because there's so many levels in Sonlight. Emma really wanted to do British literature, so that's why we're doing it for her senior English instead of level 430. Which is, I think, American Lit. So I think that this is the vocabulary program, but I did want her to continue with Wordly Wise because I really do like those books. The next thing that I got is a little funny. It's these Can Do Cursive Handwriting Without Tears books, and I actually got these for Emma and Jack. Emma has talked a little bit about her handwriting and wanting to improve her handwriting, because she mainly types now and doesn't do a lot of writing, but wants to work a little bit more on that. So we've never done these books. I didn't even know that they had more books. So it's just more cursive copy work to do. And so I thought that this would be something fun, maybe not fun for Jack, but something fun for Emma to work on, and I think it will be helpful for Jack. He's a lefty, and I have read a lot about how cursive is better for lefties, and he does actually have really nice penmanship when he is writing cursive. So I got those books. We'll see if we get through them, but my hope is that we will. All right, so now from Amazon. The first book is How Many Works? It's a DK book, and this is part of the Guest Hollow Government Economics and Financial Literacy course, or Personal Finance course. I can't quite remember what that course is called at the moment. I will leave a link for it in the description. I spent a lot of time going through this course. You do have to purchase the books or get the books from the library. It is a literature-based curriculum. There is a lot of books. There are a lot of books in this curriculum. It can definitely be used as a government, economics, personal finance credit. I kind of have to lay things out to see how much work we're going to be doing in each of those sections to see how many credits I will give to my kids for those courses. Typically, government is a half a credit, economics is a half a credit, personal finance would probably be a half a credit as well. But because this is so literature heavy and there are a lot of extra movies and projects and things to do, it's possible that it could be a full credit of government, a full credit of economics, a full credit of personal finance. It could also include an English credit for Jack because there are a lot of novels associated with this. And I think combining this with maybe some of the Brave Writer resources, boomerangs and slingshots that Brave Writer has, I think may end up making a good English 10 for Jack for this year. We're still in flux. So How Many Works? The Facts Visually Explained. Then we have Whatever Happened to Penny Candy. This is an Uncle Eric book. I'm sorry about the glare. We read World War I and World War II this year from Uncle Eric and absolutely love them. So good. Definitely recommend. They are from a more libertarian point of view, but he does talk about his bias at the beginning of all of those books, and I think that's very helpful for history. How to Turn $100 into $1 million. We have Inflation, What It Is, Why It's Bad, and How to Fix It. Fahrenheit 451, and I have not read this book before. I think that I've seen it in several places, in several different curriculums. I've seen it. I think Brave Writer might have a guide for this book. I'm really interested to read it. We have Are You Liberal, Conservative, or Confused? Another Uncle Eric book. I'm really excited about these. There's 11 books in this series, and I think that we're doing the majority of them after we've read World War I and World War II. There are a couple like ancient history ones that we're not doing. I will leave these linked in the description box. I think they're very fascinating and easy to digest, which is helpful for high school. The Money Challenge for Teens. The Fallacy Detective, 38 lessons on how to recognize bad reasoning. And I think that this is a workbook, yes. So there are different questions in here. So my kids will partner to answer these questions. We probably will not write in the book. I will just have them write in either their narration notebook or another notebook. I like to get the notebooks from Erin Condren. Now I don't know if they still have them available. I hope that they will. They're story notebooks, so they have like a place for a picture up at the top and then like a page and a half of line space after that. That's what my older kids use for narration and what we've been using for years. I know that there are other places that you can purchase similar layouts, but I just like the paper from Erin Condren, so they may use those for the answers, or I may just get, you know, plain one subject notebooks from Target. The Cartoon Introduction to Economics, Volume 1, Macroeconomics. I'm really excited about this. I was an econ major in college, and so Emma did not do economics yet, and so I'm really excited about the economics course for my kids. We will see how it goes. Then I have the Cartoon Introduction to Economics, Volume 2, Macroeconomics. This is my sweet spot for economics, macroeconomics, financial policy, that kind of stuff I really enjoy. The next is The People's Guide to the United States Constitution, The Great Depression and the New Deal, and that is the rest of my Amazon order. I feel like I maybe got a couple other books. I don't know. I'm going to have to look on my orders to make sure I'm getting all the books that I need to get. These are not all of the books that are part of the Guest Hollow Government Economics Personal Finance course. I only got some of the books. Some of the books I already own. Some of the books I'm going to get from the library. Some of the books I'm going to get on Kindle Unlimited and have my kids read on Emma's iPad because they're like interactive books. So those are those books. The next books are from christianbook.com, and these are all Life of Fred books, and I got these because it was the best price to buy them from Christian Book. You can get them off of Amazon as well, but the price was just a little bit better and I could get free shipping. And they're really fast because they're just in Massachusetts and we're in Maine. So the first one is Life of Fred Financial Choices. This I don't think is part of the Guest Hollow curriculum, but as I was looking through different resources for Emma for next year, I thought that this would be really helpful to have. It's a small book, it's very thin. I like the premise of the Life of Fred books. We have not used them for math at all, but we have used some of the resources. I did buy Life of Fred Chemistry last year, just in case we needed that, and I really like it. The story-based format of learning. We also had the Advanced Algebra book when Emma was going through Algebra 1, just as an extra help, and also for Jack, but he hasn't used it at all. So Life of Fred Financial Choices, I'm going to include this as part of the personal finance unit for next year for Emma and Jack. Then I have Life of Fred Geometry. We use teaching textbooks for high school math. When Emma did geometry, she struggled a little bit with it. She did fine. She got a good grade in the class, but she really did not like geometry. She loves algebra. And so I got this just as an extra help. I also have the geometry Big Fat Notebook. They have a high school series and a middle school series of everything you need to ace X in one big fat notebook. And so I have the geometry book, and then I also have this. We are planning on using teaching textbooks, but this is just for extra help if we need it, because I do not like geometry either. And so I want to set my kids up for success. Mom is not as helpful with that. And then the last book that I have is Life of Fred Statistics. This is a college level course I've read about. Emma does not want to do pre-calculus next year. There are 2 college level courses from Life of Fred. They start with early elementary and go right through this university level. The other one is calculus, but Emma just does not have any desire to do pre-calculus. And I did take pre-calculus in high school, and hated it, and I love math. And so this year she really wanted to focus on business math. I have struggled to find a business math course. I'm looking at some other resources. I'm sure I will have more resources. I've had several people mention to me statistics, and that is not something that I ever considered teaching for high school math, but I think that it would be helpful, especially if she does end up taking any sort of business math courses. So we're going to try Life of Fred Statistics. This is a beast of a book. I think that she will enjoy it because of the story-based approach. Literature-based learning really works for my kids. So there are 8 chapters in this book, and some of the chapters have there's chapter 3 and then there's 3.5, and those are more honors level parts to this curriculum. They are not needed. You don't have to do the half levels. You don't have to do the half chapters in order to get your credit in statistics. We will see how it goes. I took one statistics class in college. It was by an adjunct professor because the normal professor was on sabbatical. I did not enjoy that course. It was not great for me, so we will see how this goes, but I am really excited to try this out. I think it'll be fun for her to do. So those are all of the resources that I've gotten for next year so far. Again, I will leave my previous unboxing video in the description box if you want to check it out. If you have questions about any of the things that I talked about, please let me know. If you want to see something close up, you can let me know that as well. I know that I still need to buy more resources. But I'm kind of all over the place because we're not going to that next Sonlight level. So it's a little bit different this year. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.